Are you looking for a portable kit, some additional new sounds, or just a small practice setup? Let's check out some micro kits. Andy here with Thomann's Drum Bash, and today we're gonna look at 5 micro kits. What does micro kit mean? It simply means you have smaller sizes than a regular sized drum kit with a 20 or 22-inch kick drum. Also 18-inch kick drums in the jazz context are pretty usual, but now we're starting with at least a 16-inch kick drum. So let's get started. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Let's go with this first kit. The first kit is the PDP by DW New Yorker shell set. And what do we have here? We have a 16-inch kick drum, 10 and 13-inch toms, and a 14-inch snare. In this video, it's gonna be the kit that is closest to a regular sized, usual drum kit. The shells are made of poplar wood, and poplar isn't the most expensive wood you could find, so it's not a very expensive kit, but still you get a nice low quality, and even though the sizes are pretty small, you'll get a pretty dark sound if you want to. Let's check out how low we can go with this setup. It sounds like a proper drum kit. And with the small sizes, you save a lot of space. So if you have to take it with you to a smaller gig, or if you go to a rehearsal space and you have to bring your own drum kit, it will be a lot easier to bring a kit of this size than a large one. Also, you could use it for example, a practice kit in a spot where you don't have that much space, or also, of course, smaller sizes work as a kid's drum kit, and you get a proper sounding kit with this one. Now, let's check out what we can get if we tune it higher. So besides having it as a pop kit, you could also use it as a bop kit. And with more jazzy tuning and more open sounds, you could also use it for jazz gigs or whatever comes into your mind that you want to use a sound like this. For a kick drum of that size, you definitely need a kick drum riser, and this kit comes with one. Also, you get the tom clamp up here to mount your tom on the bass drum. And there's also an auxiliary clamp where you could put in a cymbal. So for example, if you use it in a setup like this one, you could have the right cymbal come right out of the bass drum. Now, with this kit covered, if this is not what you're looking for, let's check out the next one that's completely different. Now this does not really look like a drum kit, right? The Tama Cocktail Jam Kit is very different. And the first thing that catches your eye is that you don't have a bass drum that faces your direction. It's upright. And you play it with a pedal from underneath. The pedal also comes with the kit, and also so does this little thing that helps you to muffle the bass drum from the top. Otherwise, the sound will constantly trigger the floor tom up here, and you'll have a all the time. If you want that, if you want the open sound, you can do it. I'll demonstrate it in a second, but this guy really controls the kick drum down there. Other than the shallow bass drum, we also have a 10-inch tom, a 14-inch tom, also without reso heads, and we have a 12x5 snare. All drum shells are birch shells, and compared to the kit we had before, a little more quality than poplar birchwood, but in the end, the sound has to decide. And so, let's have a quick listen to what this kit sounds like right now. Now, while I decided to sit down while playing, I've seen a lot other guys using those kits while standing up. And this works particularly well because you don't have a hi-hat and you have a hi-hat clamp attached to that little rack-like thingy that the whole kit is sitting on. And with this clamp, you have the chance to play a closed hi-hat. And just by pushing up that little bit, you switch to an open hi-hat sound. Kit also comes with a little cymbal arm, and all in all, it's a very, very compact solution that gives you all the options you need to play it as a proper drum kit. The kit also comes with bags, so it's even easier to carry it around. So if you're looking for a very compact kit that looks different, that really catches your eye, now first up, I love this color, but let's not focus too much on that. This kit has some very special sizes: a 20x8 kick drum, 13x5 snare, 10x5 tom, and a 13x8 floor tom. And if you take a closer look, you'll see that we have a snare strainer here. And this guy is a snom. So you have a combination of a floor tom and a snare. And what this adds to the kit is just another sound color. So with a kit that small, you have a lot of sounds to choose from. Let me just quickly demonstrate you what this kit is capable of in a low tuning. Now what you've just heard is stock heads, no muffling at all. It's just the way the kit sounds, and it's phenomenal. The 20-inch kick drum with the large diameter gives you the chance to tune it pretty low, and this works very well even though it's pretty shallow. Now, of course, you can also try to tune the kit higher up, but with the snom, I don't know if this is the way to go. But we'll try, and here's the kit in a higher tuning. Of course, in the end, it's down to your personal preferences what sound you're gonna come up with a kit like this one. For me, it's gonna be the lower tuning, the snom as a fat second snare, and the kick drum in a pretty low tuning as well. One other cool thing you have with this kit is it's a stage custom, it's birch shells, and there's a whole series of those drums. So for example, if you decide you want to get a 16-inch floor tom to add to your kit, or you want a second rack tom, or whatever you want to do with it, it's all possible because all the sizes are available. Let's go on with the next one. Now we're back where we started with poplar shells and the AQX series by Sonor. This kit, the AQX Micro Kit, comes with a 14-inch kick drum, and the first time you look at it, it actually looks like a toy. But let me assure you, it is not. It's completed with an 8-inch rack tom, 13-inch floor tom, and also a 13-inch snare. And before I talk too much about it, let me just quickly play for you. For just 14 inches, that's a lot of sound coming from that little bass drum. The drum head, it's the same as with the other drums. It comes with a power stroke-like design with a dampening ring on the side. And this really works well to create a lot of low end even for a bass drum that small. If the 14 inches are too small for you, in the AQX line there's also the Bob kit and the Jungle kit with 16 and 18 inch kick drums, so maybe you could also look at those. The kit comes with a double tom holder for the bass drum. On one side you get the tom, on the other side it comes with a cymbal arm. So for a setup like this, the only thing else you need is a kick drum pedal, a snare stand and a hi-hat stand. Also included is the kick drum riser, and for a 14 inch kick drum you should better use one. Now let me go up in tuning where the 8 inch tom really shines and play something for you a little different. Now this little kit definitely adds some sound colors to your arsenal. And if you're looking for something different, just as with the Stage Custom line by Yamaha, the Sonor AQX line is full of sizes. So you can go from the 8 inch tom all the way down to a 16 inch floor tom and create your very own kit around this 14 inch kick drum. Now let's go on with something that looks completely different. Now, this last kit doesn't really look like a drum kit, but before you skip now, let me just play it for you and take a listen. Impressive, right? Even though there are no drum shells involved, there's a lot of body coming from only those heads mounted on those wooden rims. The Pearl Compact Traveler Kit is exactly what it says. Very compact and very easy to travel with. Usually it comes with the 18 inch kick drum and a 10 inch snare module. It has, since there's no reso head, there's a little brush thingy installed underneath, and the snare effect still is pretty good. Not a real snare, but it gets really close. And if you look at how low profile the design of this thing is, that's totally fine. Now with the extension kit you get a 10 inch tom and a 14 inch floor tom, and with those four you get a proper drum kit that you could play, and it fits in one or just two bags. This kit is perfect for you if you are looking for a second kit to take with you on the road to practice in a backstage space or wherever, or if you're looking for a practice kit that has to be very small. Also, if you want, for example, you play an acoustic gig and you need something that is very easy to play somewhere on stage, maybe for 1-2 songs you go to the front and you need a small kit to play there, that's perfect. And also, it's just a lot of fun to play with it, since it's something very unique and you wouldn't expect it to sound like it does. Now we had 5 very, very different kits. And what I have to say in the end is, all of those are proper drum kits. It's not just like they look like a toy, so they sound like a toy. You can really play gigs with those and you can make them your own. You can create sounds that you wouldn't be able to create with a regular sized 22 inch kick drum kit. So which of those kits did you like the most, and do you have another micro kit at home that we should really talk about in one of the next videos? Let us know in the comments and see you next time.